channel. I wanted to film today because it is a huge milestone for me today. Today is September 22nd, 2017. For those of you that have never seen my channel before and are stumbling across it, 6 months ago today, my husband passed away. His name is Karl Brian. We had been married 6 months and some change, and it doesn't do it justice to say that it was earth-shattering and heartbreaking and totally unexpected. That does it no justice whatsoever. But I thought it would be important to film today because I had an impression last night from a class. So I go to Institute, which is basically Bible study. I'm LDS or Mormon, and we have Institute. I go every Thursday around 7 o'clock, and it's an hour and a half, and we study the scriptures. My teacher was wrapping up his lesson, and he started talking about tender mercies. He encouraged all of us to look for tender mercies in our lives because they buoy us up and strengthen us through trials. And I immediately thought of the tender mercy that I have been clinging on to that has helped me so much through all of this, because it's so tender and special to me. And my teacher did mention that a lot of these tender mercies, we see them and we see their significance, but they're hard to relate to others, how they're significant and how they're so special. So this might not translate, but one of the most tender mercies that I've received is the night before Jake passed away. Jake got home around 10:30 at night. He was working at Dillard's, and so he had to close for the night. The mall's about a half hour away, and it takes them a while to close once they tell everyone to get out of the store. Not everyone gets out of the store. So anyways, I'm sitting in bed. The dogs start barking because they can hear Dad's coming up the stairs, and we could have easily just fallen into a typical night routine where we either just go to bed or turn on the TV for a little bit and then just fall asleep because we had the whole weekend. We had the whole weekend to do something fun. It was a Tuesday night. The weekend before, we had just done something super fun. We had gone to Comic-Con and dressed up as Scully and Mulder because Jake's a super huge sci-fi nerd and loves the X-Files. If you don't know who Scully and Mulder are, they're from the X-Files. And he'd got his tattoo the weekend before, so we had just done a bunch of fun things, and we had a weekend coming up. We could have easily just fallen into that routine and gone to bed or watched TV and just kind of chilled. But instead, my sweet husband, Jake, walks in the door and he says, "I missed you so much today." And that is a common thing that he would say to me, actually. He was always really good about expressing how much he loved me and making me feel loved, and that was a common thing that he would say is, "I missed you so much today," or "I'm missing you so much right now." And so he comes in and he's like, "I missed you so much today. I've been thinking about you all day." And so he wanted to stay up and hang out with me for a bit, and I was tired, but he talked me into it. You know, we're staying up giggling and laughing, and, you know, we're married, so things lead to another, and we just had a good time, and, you know, he's just being funny and talking about how much he loves to kiss me because we kiss so well. We're the best kissers because we've been kissing for so long together, you know, and we've taught each other how to kiss, and just cute things like that, and being sweet and telling me I'm beautiful, and just this precious time. such precious time together. And, we're staying up talking, laying there and talking, and Jake starts eating a granola bar in bed and falls asleep. And Piper sneaks over and she's trying to eat it, so I take it off of his chest and I put it in our nightstand. And Jake wakes up a little bit later and is looking for the granola bar, and I said, "Don't worry, I put it in the nightstand." And he said, "You're the best," and fell back asleep. And that's the last thing that he said to me was, "You're the best." And that whole night has been such a tender mercy to me. Because I know, not that it would have been bad if we would have just fallen asleep or if we would have watched TV, but it's so precious to have that time with him and to be reminded of how much he loves me. Because it's so hard for me to remember memories right now. They come and go, and that frustrates me, and I've talked about that before. But this was a clear memory that I have right before of how much he loved me. How much he loves me. And it's such a huge blessing. And it buoys me up and strengthens me. Because this is hard, obviously. And I have my ebbs and flows. And the more time that passes, the easier but harder it gets. It's hard to explain. I know I'm getting stronger, but I also just can't fathom how this has happened and how so much time has passed. So having that tender mercy has been such a huge blessing to me. And I just wanted to talk about that because today is a really hard day. I cried all the way home from Institute. I haven't had a good cry in such a long time, and just bawled driving down the freeway. Looked down at my speedometer as everyone's passing me, and I was going around 55 miles per hour. And bawled through my morning prayer this morning. But it's needed and it's necessary for me to process. And it's a hard day, and during this hard day, it was a good reminder yesterday to be told to look for those tender mercies. I'm sure I have more. I'm sure I have lots more tender mercies that I miss, and I need to keep an eye out for them because they do strengthen me. And I encourage you to look for tender mercies. I have a lot of friends and family that are going through trials, and hugs to you. Because it sucks, but look for tender mercies. And that's just my little encouragement of the day on my 6-month mark, which is a rough day. And I appreciate, as always, everyone that watches these videos for the love and support. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support and for your love. It means the world to me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.